Good morning. Welcome to the monthly Cisne Forum, the Monterey County Immigrant Services Network of Empowerment. My name is Ina Donato. We bring this forum to you monthly, along with our Cisne Planning Committee. I would like to go ahead and introduce them now. Welcome, everyone.
Good morning. This is Efrain, representing the Cisne community here with the Monterey County Office of Education, the Migrant Education Department, and it's great to see you all here. Thank you.
And it's great to have you in the background. Efrain is our techie. He's our email guru. Thank you for all you do, Efrain. And then we have Melissa. Are you there?
Yes, good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Raya. I work with Natividad Hospital alongside with Enid and Alma, who are here today as well, my health education assistant. Thank you for being here.
And thank you. Melissa in the background is constantly calling, trying to find speakers, and she's the powerhouse behind all the resources that we bring, along with all of our other collaborative committee members. We also have Jill. Jill, are you there?
I am. Hello, my name is Jill Hoffman. I'm with the American Red Cross, and this is my quick 1-minute elevator speech. We reconnect families who've been separated due to forced migration, war, or disaster, and are always welcoming anybody from the community who would like to connect with family members who have been missing or lost due to those three things: armed conflict, disaster, or forced migration. And we're going to have a training sometime in December. We'll let you know about that. That's it. Hello and goodbye, and I'll see you soon. Okay.
Thank you for joining us, Jill. And Jill is very resourceful, being with the American Red Cross. She has a lot of agencies and resources. We also depend on her area of expertise to bring forth speakers every month. And then we have the United Farm Workers. Elizabeth has been out on leave of absence, but Elizabeth we used to form part of our committee, but is no longer with the Cisne Planning Committee. But we do have Dr. Jimenez. Dr. Jimenez, are you on the call already? Hortensia Jimenez, Dr. Hortensia Jimenez, I see you're on. I think she's having audio difficulty. Dr. Jimenez joins us through the Hartnell College. She is a professor of sociology, and she also has a wealth of resources. And together we all form the Cisne Planning Committee and bring to you this forum every month. Dr. Jimenez, are you there? I saw her on there. Now I think she's having technical difficulties. So I'd like to go around at this moment and encourage everybody to please sign in to our virtual sign-in sheet. And that's just so we can capture any new members and existing members, and also to add you to our listserv. As you know, throughout the month, we love to share any updates or events or flyers, and we always are serving you as a resource constantly. Is there, Dr. Jimenez, are you on? I think she's back on.
Hi, good morning. Sorry, I don't have the best connection. I'm Dr. Hortensia Jimenez, sociology professor at Hartnell College. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for making our Cisne forums a success every time you join and you share your resources and everything that you do for the community.
Thank you, Dr. Jimenez. It's always a pleasure to have you on. She is quite busy, and I know you won't say it, but I will. She has recently co-authored a beautiful book. It is available for sale, and maybe she can share the link with us. So there we go. We were having technical difficulties. It is being recorded. So we will go ahead and introduce any new members to the Cisne Forum. Please raise your hand and we'll give you an opportunity to introduce yourself. Any new members attending for the first time, if you would like to raise your hand, I can call upon you and we can introduce you to our Cisne Forum members. Anybody that would like to introduce themselves as a new member? None. Seeing none. Okay. Oh, Olga. I see Olga. Olga.
Hi, good morning. I work for Monterey County Health Department. My name is Olga Samakhvalova. I'm one of the nurses for Nurse Family Partnership. We're working with expecting mothers and babies.
Welcome to our monthly Cisne. We look forward to having you on our monthly forum. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome. Jennifer Armstrong.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Armstrong. I'm a program manager for County of Monterey Health Department Public Health for enhanced care management. We work with complex individuals in a few different populations of focus, primarily adults.
Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you, and we look forward to seeing you every month.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other new members to our Cisne Forum?
I'm new.
Yes.
I'm Angelica. I am a lead case manager with enhanced care management with the County of Monterey Public Health Department. And I focus on Salinas and South County.
Welcome, Angelica. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you join us as well, and we look forward to having you every month. And please be sure to sign in to the virtual sign-in sheet so we can add you to our listserv, and you can continue to receive our monthly updates. Any other new attendees?
Hi, my name is Leticia, and I'm also with Monterey County Health Department with the program ECM.
Welcome, Leticia. Wow, we have a lot of Monterey County people in the house. Thank you so much for joining us. And we look forward also to having you every month. Raimundo, welcome and good morning.
Good morning. My name is Raymond Lopez. I'm one of the enhanced care management and public health nurses. I'm one of the lead case manager. I also work with Angelica and Leticia, and we provide services to those certain populations that we have here in the Salinas or Monterey County area. I actually handle the partial Salinas and the Monterey area with my population. So we share kind of different sections of the Monterey County.
Wow, thank you, Raymond, for joining us. It's a pleasure. Thank you for taking time out of your busy day to join us. Thank you. Margarita.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Margarita Camacho, and I am the manager for the MLK Family Resource Center. We belong to the LSI Union School District. So it's my first time attending one of your meetings, so very excited to see and be part of this meeting.
As it is our pleasure to have you. Welcome and feel free to join every month. It's the first Thursday of every month at 8:30. Thank you all. Is there anyone else that would like to introduce themselves? Any new members? Okay. I think we welcomed all our new members. Okay, so we have a topic for this month's forum, and it's very timely. Dia de los Muertos and Grief Support Resources in Monterey County. I know through the COVID-19 pandemic, many of us lost loved ones. And, you know, Dia de los Muertos in our culture is very common to, you know, take time to reflect and remember those that we've lost. So we thought it was very timely resource subject for those that are dealing with grief or have clients that are dealing with grief. So we have resources and tools on how to guide them, you know, to so many community resources out there. So we have with us today, Erandi Escareño. Welcome, Erandi.
Hi, good morning. Yes, I'm the Director of Outreach and Education for Hospice Giving Foundation. And for those of you that are not familiar with Hospice Giving Foundation, we are a nonprofit established in 1997. And we've been serving the community, Monterey and San Benito communities, just providing education, doing the outreach, and also funding all those organizations that provide hospice care, palliative care, end-of-life preparedness. And yes, Dia de los Muertos, it's a tradition that we hold yearly, and also It's a time of the year where even though it's a festivity, we as Mexicans try, we celebrate everything, but there's a very powerful meaning to Dia de los Muertos, and that's when we it's a sour sweet moment. We grieve and in a very different way. This is a time when we do altars and ofrendas to remember our deceased loved ones. And Hospice Giving Foundation knows the great need out there in the community. And I'm going to share my screen. 1 second. So for the past 3 years, we've been doing workshops in Spanish and English that talk about grief and this tradition, Dia de los Muertos. Okay, so I want to make sure you are looking at my screen. Yes, is that a yes? Okay, good. So I'm going to be sharing with all of you some resources available in the community for grief and bereavement. These are the ones that I was able to find and that I often work with these organizations out in the community. So if I miss one and you want to be on my list, because every time we have grief workshops, I provide the list to other people that attend. So we have Central Coast VNA and Hospice. We have Coastal Kids Home Care and Heal Together. Heal Together is a Hospice Giving Foundation initiative. We gave more than $1 million to Coastal Kids Home Care so they can be the Heal Together hub and get all the resources in the community about grief and bereavement. So people can call to this number, to the 831-320-0947, and they can just talk about, there's a personal situation, what kind of service they're looking for, if it's for a child, if it's for an adult, and they're going to be asking you a couple questions, and then from there they're going to connect you to a person, a specialist on grief, and provide you with services. They also do a lot of activities with the community holistic approach. So just look through their website, and you'll be able to find what they offer every month. There's support groups, there's just different activities that help you throughout your grieving process. Hospice of Santa Cruz County, they're serving Santa Cruz County, but they're also trying to reach Monterey County, so they have a lot of services there. They have a beautiful camp for Camp Aaron for children that lost a family member, a sibling. So it's a beautiful camp, and it's a very popular one. So you need to register in advance, and you'll be able to find their information at their website or by calling their number. In Jacob's Heart, they just do a tremendous job with the community. They provide assistance and grief support programs to the families that are going through a loss or through that grieving process, anticipatory grief, when a person has a child with cancer, another end of life illness. So those are the resources available. And we also have Hospice Giving Foundation has a bilingual website where you can find additional resources and workshops that we have. In order to find them, you can go to the hospicegiving.org for Spanish recursos, for English resources. And in that section, leer, escuchar, ver, aprender, read, listen, watch, and learn, you'll find the recommendations. You can explore books, videos, short films, TED Talks about grief. So we have a big list there in Spanish and English. And if you're interested in joining our workshops, we are having 2 workshops this October, one in English, one in Spanish. And that is Honrando a Nuestros Seres Queridos, un taller del Día de los Muertos. So honoring our loved ones at the Día de Muertos workshop. And this is going to be a conversation about our grief with, you know, with a professional. And it's going to be one of those conversations that we have, very informal conversations, but they're going to help us through that grieving process. And also at the time we're going to be creating an arts and craft, so we can add this to our ofrenda. And in that way, as you have that conversation, as you talk to the people around us, you are in a way healing. Just to point out that before, you know, or in little towns in Mexico, the women in the house, you know, they usually gather to do an arts craft, or, you know, to knit something, and they use that time to create community and also to talk about their problems, to talk about their grief. So we're trying to do something similar, something very informal, but at the same time that's going to be healing for the community. So we have one in English, one in Spanish. So the English presentation will be Tuesday, October 17, 5 to 6 at El Gabriel Library. And the Spanish will be Wednesday, October 18 from 5 to 6 at Cesar Chavez Library. These are free workshops for the community. We really suggest that you pre-register, just so we have a head count for planning purposes, so we have enough materials for everyone. So we really encourage all of you to get the word around, and if they're interested, they can just go to Talleres en Español or the workshops page, and you'll see the registration button there. Or they can just walk in if they wish.
Hey, Randy, I'm sorry to interrupt. Would you be able to maybe blow up the screen and go on to full screen? I know the font's very small.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I thought I did.
Thank you.
There you go. Thank you. So that's the flyer that I can also share with all of you, that is, you know, being distributed. So for the past 3 years, this is going to be your third annual community event in collaboration with Hartnell College and Hijos del Sol Arts Production. We've been doing the Dia de los Muertos community event. And what's different from us, because I know we have a lot of cultural events with the Dia de los Muertos theme, is that we do it, it's always going to be November 2nd. So we do it the day of. And it's a moment to honor and remember our loved ones with a procession, with altars. And we invite the community to join us and be part of this free event from 5 to 8. It's going to be at the Student Center, and procession starts at 6:30. We also invited other organizations to provide their services to be there with the resource table. And we're going to have arts and crafts. We're going to have calaveritas literarias with Noche Bohemia, folkloric dance with Faldas en Flores, a trio leading the procession, and also La Danza de los Viejitos, a very traditional dance from the state of Michoacán, and also mariachi with Hermanos Murataya. We're going to have pan de muerto, champurrado, and tamales free for the community. And this is a family-oriented event. And we invite you all to be part of this event, an opportunity to also remember, honor our loved ones with, you know, within our culture. And it's not just for the Latinos, for the Mexicans, but we want all of you to join us in this celebration, because we know that death is universal. And even though we might grieve in different ways or celebrate life in different ways, this is a time where we all can come together. And if you want to learn a little bit more or know more about our event, you can go to the webpage that's there.
There's a question, Anandi, in the chat box. Is there any way you can share or send the page of community resources that work with your organization? I know it was in a previous slide, so either you can share with us your slide deck and we can forward it on. And you can also put those links in the chat box. That would be very, very helpful.
Perfect. So here's my contact information. We also provide different workshops related to end-of-life preparedness and grief. We usually have at the end of the year coping with grief during the holidays. I know it's that time of the year. We have so many things going on, but at the same time, we're grieving because a lot of people are not going to be sitting at our tables during the holidays. So we also provide those workshops at the end of the year, and those are going to be for December. So I'll be happy to provide that information as soon as we have everything set up in the flyer ready. We do workshops at the workplace. So if you're interested, just reach out to me and we can definitely find a date to do this, to make it possible. So any questions, feel free to ask, and or suggestions, and well, thank you all for listening.
Oh, thank you. Please join me in a round of applause for Anandi. Thank you for these valuable and wonderful resources. We are very grateful, and so timely. Like I said, so many of us, me included, are grieving the loss.
I do have a question for Erandi. Is the registration for Dia de los Muertos still open for those that might consider setting up a resource table?
We have no space for tables, but we do have space for altars. We're also inviting the community to create an altar. So let me know if you're interested. I'll put the webpage where you can register, and we can go from there. But yes, no space for tables.
Okay, I just wanted to share my experience. I've been at Dia de los Muertos twice, the Natividad Outreach Team. It's a wonderful event. It's great for the family. It's full of culture. The altares are, breathtaking. You can see that there's a lot of time and investment into those. And it's actually one of my favorite events. So I would encourage those that are here today to look into it, attend, maybe take your family, and everything about it is extremely well planned. It's a wonderful event. So I do encourage all of you to, taking the time of going there, and maybe in the future, signing up and setting up a table. And Natividad will be there that day. I will be there hopefully with Alma, who's here today, just providing information on the resources Natividad offers for the community.
Thank you, Melissa.
Let's see, why don't we get a raise of hands for those of you who have questions for Erandi, and we can call upon you. If there is let's see, any questions in the chat box. The links to the resources are in the chat box. For those of you that are joining us via phone and don't have access to the chat box, we will send them out by email at the end of the presentations. Is there any questions or any additional feedback or comments? You know what, Andy, I want to just tap on how you expressed you're available to our partnering agencies to go to their work site and host, possibly a presentation or possibly a course for the community. I know we have resource centers on the call. We have migrant education on the call. We have so many agencies that work with families. Is the best way to reach you is via email, through your email? What's your preference?
Whatever works for you. So I'll be putting my contact information in the chat, and also I'll be providing your slides with all of you, that we can just have that on hand. And yeah, so email, or you can call me and leave a message if I can't answer at the time.
Well, thank you for all you do it on the end. It's an honor to have you here today, and thank you for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to present and give these wonderful resources. Are there any questions for Erandi? Any further? Let's see, Jessica, you have a question?
I think I was just going to make a comment in terms of the workshops that Erandi and her team provide, I think especially within the community that we work with in the Latino, the Hispanic community, we don't know a lot about what our needs are after we're gone, or if we get really sick, what are the paperwork that, the paper that we have to sign to give someone else the rights. I feel like that's not something that we talk about. We talk about Dia de los Muertos as let's remember the people that have passed and, we love them, let's talk about them. But then we don't talk about death before that, right? It's like a taboo subject. But Erandi and her team do such a good job in explaining that big old packet of things that you could, to sign and to advocate for your rights. So I would encourage all of us, especially those that, we work in the Latino Hispanic community, and to really just educate on our rights at our end of life rights, and making sure that all of that is in order as we get older. So it's a wonderful workshop. They do such great work. So definitely encourage all of us to reach out to them and, plan something with the communities that we work with.
Thank you, Jessica. Our presenters are volunteers from the community, and they do a great job. So I try to find the perfect presenter every time for a different topic. We have a very popular workshop around April, and that's how to discuss death with a child. And Jacob's Heart is part of the of this workshop, and they provide resources. They provide some tips about how to really have that uncomfortable and difficult conversation. And yes, everything to prepare ourselves so when the time comes, we leave peace and order at our house and with our loved ones, and that way they invest all that energy to grieve and not be worrying about financial situation or about end of life preparedness.
I just wanted to thank you very, very much for this wonderful presentation and to acknowledge the work that you do, because one of the things that you said, which is so true, that grief is universal, but the way that each of us deals with it is so different. And we as Red Cross have used you as a resource and a referral when we've had people that have lost family members or even pets. So I just want to thank you very much for all the work you do.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jill. There was one more hand up. Let's see. I don't see it up anymore. Is there anyone else who will take one last question? Garcia.
Yeah. Yes. Hi, Erandi. My name is Barbara Garcia, and I work with migrant education. And I just wanted to ask if the resources, I think someone already asked, but I wanted to be sure. The resources, do they include guidance for the survivors on how to claim bank accounts as surviving members, life insurance, retirement, how to apply for Social Security survivors benefit, and all these other financial things that, again, nobody prepares for. And then after the person is deceased, you're left with all these things that some people don't know how to start to apply for them, especially in our Latino community.
That's actually a great topic. That will be a great topic for a workshop. We talk about preparedness before things happen, and we do offer resources for the grieving process, but we haven't really talked about, okay, once you lost a family member, what happens with all the legal things. But we do work with legal services for seniors. They're also a nonprofit, and I believe they're also part of the Cisne group, and they help the community. So if that's something that you're interested, we can definitely find the right presenters to make it happen. And we're also looking for a lot of collaboration. So if your organization is interested in partnering up, we can definitely do that.
That would definitely be a great topic, because there are families that I know of where I let them know, after death, you do need to, unfortunately, or claim the life insurance, the retirement benefits, anything else that the deceased did not bring up at the dinner table because maybe they were young in their 40s. People don't usually pass away at that age unless it's cancer or automobile accident. But yes, people in their 30s, 40s that have a very unexpected death and leave all these things that they didn't talk about. Again, that would be a great topic to bring
Thank
as
you.
a workshop.
Thank you so much for your feedback. Yes, and we'll take one last question in the chat box. It says, do you help or do you have a resource with funeral expenses?
We do, we also do workshops with the Mexican consulate, and they talk about their assistance with that, but we don't cover any funeral expenses, and we would like to know if there's some organizations that do, so when people ask us, we know how to direct them. But as far as I know, the only the only entity that helps is the Mexican consulate with a part of the expense.
Thank you so much, Erandi. Okay, please join me in giving a round of applause to Erandi. Thank you once again. We really appreciate you being here today, and feel free to stay on for our next presenter. All right, so the next presenter of the day comes to us from the Monterey County Behavioral Health Bureau. Jessica, are you on the call?
Presente. Good morning. I'm right here.
Buenos días.
Buenos días. Hello, everybody. Muy buenos días. Muy buenos días. So, am I ready to take this away?
Yes, you are.
All right. All right. Well, I want to say good morning. Buenos días a todos. My name is Jessica Mora Ramirez. I'm from Monterey County Behavioral Health. I'm the ethnic service manager there. So with regards to my presentation, I'm going to go ahead and be presenting on just general services with regards to how our system works and the agencies that we collaborate with and also contract with in order to help folks who we might not be able to help. And I'll explain a little bit about that in just a bit. And I do have sharing capabilities, correct? Right on, right on. So I'm going to go ahead and bring up my screen. Please excuse me, I am under the weather. So there we go. I'm going to go ahead and put it on presentation mode.
There you go. We see your screen.
Right on, right on. If y'all do have any questions, please go ahead and place your questions in the chat box as well. I will try to get to everyone's questions since I see that you're all so eager to ask me questions on this wonderful, what is it, Thursday morning. But once again, let's go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Jessica Mora Ramirez. I'm with Monterey County Behavioral Health. My email, if y'all, want to reference it, want to shoot me an email, I would, gladly take whatever question and or maybe even request that you may have at any point, again, maybe throughout the year or next year. All right, so with that, we're going to go ahead and get started when it comes to our services and what we do. I did make this PowerPoint presentation bilingual. It's something that I kind of just do by default. So in any case, again, this is bilingual. So I'm just going to go over the English services and I will not be translating. So when it comes to services, we provide services to folks in Monterey County of all ages. Now, we focus on Medi-Cal beneficiaries. We have about 7 to 10 days to to have an assessment, meaning that if a patient or a client calls Monterey County Behavioral Health, right, we have about 7 to 10 business days to give them a call back and give them an assessment. A lot of folks may know this, a lot of folks may not know this, but again, we do have up to 10 days to give them a call back and give them an assessment. Now, depending on the assessment, right? If they fall between the severe to moderate, then we can go ahead and see the client. However, if they fall between the moderate to mild, then we go ahead and we refer them out according to their needs, meaning that their needs might be substance use, and also therapy, right? It could just depend. So that is something that folks in our department look at, and then again, they refer them out. So when we assess people, right, again, we want to determine their needs. We want to include their treatment plan, whether that's, is it going to be individual? Is family going to be involved? Do group therapies, does that help? So forth and so on. I mean, we're just literally skimming the very first layer of that assessment. Now, I'm going to go ahead and here we go. When it comes to crisis, have y'all heard of the number 988? So 988 is completely different from dialing 911, right? 988 is to prevent suicide. 988 is when a person is going through a crisis, right? And that helps a person pretty much, calm down and again, they're talk through, right? In order to provide some comfort, some emotional support before it escalates. So again, the number that we give folks is the 988 number. That number is bilingual, meaning that they will and have folks that do speak Spanish. Okay, the number there is 1-877-663-5433. So again, the short number for that is just 988. Okay, some people, will say, well, what if I call 911, or what if they, link us to the, PD? And when it comes to our community here in Monterey County, there is a distress, right? And this is one of the reasons why, the 988 was implemented. So that way we make sure that there is a medical professional, a person that is there in a time of emotional distress. Right. So when it comes to that, again, we go ahead and we let them know, hey, call 988 if you feel it's a crisis. Then once on the phone, the person can go ahead and assess the situation and maybe even determine maybe this is not a 988 call, but rather a 911. And they will go ahead and link them to the appropriate personnel or folks that can help the person at either whether it's a crisis or maybe perhaps their emergency, but they will be linked. So when it comes to contacting us, we have our access line as well. We have a line for folks who are disabled. So please give us a call. We have a toll-free line at 1-888-258-6029 and also 796-1788. And that line right there, the last line, the 796-1788, that is for folks who are hard of hearing, who are deaf, blind, or have some sort of disability. So again, that number is available for folks who are needing further assistance or accommodations. I am so excited. I want to talk about this. I am going to go ahead and bring up our webpage because even for me as a employee with Monterey County Behavioral Health, when my boss, was like, check out our website and, let me know what we need to fix. And I'm speaking to Dana Edgel. A lot of people might know Dana Edgel. She's a great person. I have to sometimes, channel my inner Dana because she's just a loving person that really does give a lot back to the community and just this is irrelevant to this right now, but I will say she's no longer with us. She is gone off to San Benito County. She will be the director at their behavioral health department there. So if y'all are wondering, where's Dana? She's with the behavioral health department in San Benito County. I know, right? Great person. So she was one of the persons that, when I started here was like, check out the webpage. And I'm like, yo, Dana, this is really hard to navigate, and there's just like a whole bunch of clutter. And we worked through it, and we're still working through it, you know. But I will say, hands down, we do have a good website. But nonetheless, sometimes it is hard to navigate. Hence why I wanted to go ahead and just kind of walk y'all through that experience. We're gonna have a lived experience, right, with regards to what this looks like for folks that don't know. And for folks that do, that's awesome, because this is the thing. I want to talk about the Wellscreen app in Monterey County, or for Monterey County. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click my screen here. Give me a second. And let me all know if y'all can let me know if y'all can see this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just stop sharing for now. Here it is. All right.
We lost your screen. There we go.
Yeah, I was just navigating this web page. So if y'all check this out, this is Wellscreen. It is in English and in Spanish. It pretty much takes you through. I'm going to do this in English, okay? Or should I do it in Spanish? Well, we'll see right now. A ver cuánto tiempo tengo, because I only got like 20 minutes. All right, so this is the Wellscreen app. This is in English. If you see here, this was really hard for me to find, but I found it. If you see on the left-hand corner on my side, there's the English tab and then there's the Spanish tab, right? So either or, depending on what perhaps the person who is screening themselves, because essentially this is for themselves, right? Can choose either English and or Spanish. It's gonna ask folks. So this is more of like a peer support person. If there's a peer support person, a peer support person can actually help the person that wants the screening or could offer it, right? And it will ask if they're doing it for themselves or for someone else, right? So it does, you know, track that. And if I say, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do it for someone else, right? It's gonna ask you some information with regards to who that person is. Is it a parent? Is it a guardian? Is it a counselor, therapist, so forth and so on. So again, this is for like folks who are supporting other folks in our community or in your family as well. They're gonna pretty much be giving instructions with regards to first person perspectives. And they're gonna be asking questions such as like sexuality, gender, again, very general basic information to start the screening, right? And it will say, yes, I understand. So again, you're abiding by helping that person. And as well, you know, they will be asked questions themselves. So that there is just the very beginning, right? So again, like I said, it's either for yourselves or for someone you may be supporting. And it will ask you, like I said, a series of questions. Now, this is something that I found super, super helpful. If you go here, Monterey County Resources, y'all might just see your organization, okay? So check this out. It has sections, right, or categories. For men, for seniors, for folks in the LGBTQIA+ community, for teens, for parents, for our Black African-American folks who might need some help, right? Again, we have resources, and these are the resources that we have thus far. And if you see here, it has, excuse me, it has resources for folks who are needing support in you know, maybe equipment such as hearing aids, and this is more for our elderly population as well. People who have cats, you know, or animals, support animals, right? Who might need help, right? Again, they have the community human services, which is cats, and a person can go ahead and again reach out, and a lot of it is focused within the LGBTQIA+ community. As well, we have community human services, just a lot of resources depending on what a person may be looking for. right? Depending on, again, their situation, because not everybody's situation, looks identical or similar to somebody else's. Sometimes that looks different for other folks, right? And like I said, it is available in Spanish. I'm going to go ahead and click the Spanish here. Y tenemos recursos del condado de Monterrey, right? And again, this is not just in English, but also in Spanish, as you see here. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to my PowerPoint, unless y'all have questions about this. I see like 14. I'm gonna go back over here. Let's see here. That's a great question, Jill. Who's taking over Dana in Monterey County? I don't know, but my deputy director, who's Lindsay, will probably be able to help you with that. She is our contact person that works for quality in the quality improvement department. And again, she might have an answer for you. As of now, I don't know who's going to be taking over Dana's position. And I confidently will say it ain't me. It was a lot. She did a lot. But again, please contact Lindsay O'Leary, Deputy Director for Quality, and she will be able to help you with that.
Is she Oleary, O'Leary?
Yes.
And her first name is?
Lindsay.
Lindsay O'Leary.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome, Jill. All right. And I will say though, Jill, I'm not too sure if I've seen you there, but I am taking over the wellness and prevention with McCopes. I will be part of that.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. We'll get in touch offline. Yes, that's wonderful.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. And then somebody is asking if an agency wants to be added to your list of resources, who should you contact? And that is a great question. You can definitely contact me. I work with Monterey County Communications, or the department, and Karen and April are 2 points of contact that we can go ahead and work with. As well, we work with Credible Minds, so we can contact them to go ahead and list your resources. So please give me a call and I will figure out that process so that we can go ahead and add you onto this resources list if you do not see your organization there. That would be great. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing here, and I'm just going to bring back my PowerPoint. Ya son las 9:20. I have like 5 minutes.
Thank you.
I have to be so mindful with my time. You know what? I don't think I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint, because the next information with regards to what I want to share is our website. So I'm just going to go ahead and share that for now.
For those of you that are joining by phone and don't have access to the website, it is wellscreenmonterey.crediblemine.com.
Thank you. And as you see here, this is our website. It is in English and in Spanish. Now for that little button, right, with regards to selecting a language, we have English. We can put it here, right? And it's going to give us all of this, all of these options. So it's not just in Spanish. But again, it will, give it to us in English or in Spanish. I went to the county home. Hold on, let me go back here. That's the tab right there. As you see here, I do have it in Spanish. There's more, again, information and resources for folks, and there's things in categories such as California Hope, or community resources, or family support as well. Folks for the LGBTQIA, maternal support, postpartum depression is real for folks, right? We do work with agencies. I'm going to go ahead and just click that there for folks who are working with either people who are carrying a pregnancy and or for folks who've already delivered, right? Again, they do go through things that sometimes culturally they might not say anything. So knowing the signs, knowing, when to reach out and say, hey, I'm here to listen. If you need anything, I know about these great resources and I'm here to help, because again, postpartum depression is real. So this is, again, y'all can visit this website. Y'all can tell your clients about their support within the community and who they can contact, right? So again, that's just one example of the many examples we've got out there when it comes to our mental health. I was at the National Night Out on the 3rd. I think it was the 3rd. I don't know what day I live in anymore. But anyway, I was out there at CSUMB, and you know, I had a lot of folks come up, and you know, we were giving out some resources, and with those resources, you know, I was talking to people about Each Mind Matters. It's the Each Mind Matters campaign, which is that neon green ribbon, right? And whether we're diagnosed or not, everybody has, you know, some sort of stressor, some sort of mental health that we know nothing about, that literally we know nothing about. So, you know, again, you know, that pretty much, you know, allows people to know and be aware that everybody's mind matters, no matter what walk of life we come from, right? We are all here to help each other out, since we really don't know what people are going through. And again, for some of us, all it takes is to listen, right? And know that we're not alone, that belonging, you know, is as simple as listening to a person so that they actually feel that they belong to a community, right? And that will go a long way when it comes to prevention. So I'm a big advocate for that when it comes to suicide, when it comes to prevention, and when it comes to really, you know, being inclusive to people that we come across in our life. So I'm
Thank
gonna
you,
go ahead and
Jessica.
yeah, I'm gonna
And there's
stop
a
it.
few more questions in the chat box. What about those clients who do not have access to the internet or don't know how to navigate the internet? For example, the elderly, the aged, the disabled. Are there any workshops or any technology workshops for the community to help those older folk or disabled? That was just a question in the chat box. Feel free to answer it in the chat. But that was a question that was addressed for those that are not able to access your wonderful website
So
resource.
that, yes, that's a great question, and I see that Vivian was asking with regards to like the navigating of of the websites, or even, you know, thus far, like, you know, I start to think about folks who are not and I say it because of my mom, you know, who are illiterate, who don't know how to speak English or Spanish. And as well, when it comes to that language piece or that technology piece, right? They're not very well versed, so they don't even bother. Now, that is something that, you know, with my own colleagues within the department, we're working closely together to bring like these digital pads to show folks how they work. And we're doing it through visuals. Now, I don't have the problems or the solution to a lot of the problems and or situations we have, and not just Monterey County, but collectively with a lot of organizations here. You know, we have had community comments and community engagement with when it comes to like, yo, like we don't even use your pamphlets. All these pamphlets and material and information, we don't even bother with them, right? And this is where we started to think a little more out of the box with regards to what can we do to bring our community, you know, closer and have that engagement, and again, validate them and make them feel that they are being seen. And one of the things we're currently working on is visuals. And I'm speaking to specifically our indigenous communities that have artesanía. You know, for example, we have folks from Oaxaca, but different places from Oaxaca, different regions, speak different lenguas, different languages, such as Chatino, Zapotec, Triqui, Mixteco. So per region, each is going to have a different way of making their clothes. So through that artesanía, they can connect and they could say, oh, you know, that's where I'm from. I recognize that shirt, for example. You know those shirts that they have like in florecitas? It's the artesanía, you know, the weaving, right? I recognize that. And that connects them, because really that's where it's at, the connection that they make, and they can identify, and they could, just push and it'll guide them through what it is that they're looking for. Like I said, that's something we're currently working on. When it comes to workshops, I do host a cultural relevancy humility committee. And part of my job as the ethnic service manager for Monterey County Behavioral Health is to bring community together for those situations with regards to how can we, myself, help folks in the community navigate this system that for them could be completely new, and just it could feel very disempowering because it does make you feel lost, right? And when we feel lost and confused, it's not a good feeling because we want to know. So again, part of my job in these meetings is asking them and then bringing in those resources with regards to, what I did with all of you today, navigating through the website. This is what you push. This is where you go. And also empowering community healthcare workers to help our folks out, which doesn't necessarily solve everything with regards to navigating these websites, but again, that there is that support and that they're not alone for now, right? Again, community healthcare
Yeah,
workers
thank you so
are
much.
a blessing. Yes.
Yes, thank you, Jessica. So if there are no further questions, we're going to go ahead and conclude the presentation. And I encourage you to please share your wonderful presentation as well with our Cisne listserv, so we can share it and pass it on to our participants. We'll take one last question, and we'll take it from Dr. Hortensia Jimenez.
It wasn't a question. I just wanted to give a shout out to two people in the space. One is Jessica. I am just really proud of Jessica. Jessica was a former student of mine several years ago, and thank you for the work that you do, Jessica. Not only is just the job, but it's your heart, your passion, your integrity. And I just have so much gratitude that you're in the community doing this work. And a participant who also works for the county, Vivian Leiva, is here, and also a former student. And so it's like a full circle to see former students of mine in the community doing amazing work. Gracias.
A usted, doctora Jimenez. Thank you so much. It's folks like Dr. Jimenez that makes, again, us feel belong, and, le seguimos, ahí le damos, we're together, we're in this together collectively, we really are. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you. It is a full circle, and we are a community, and we will continue to bring forth these valuable resources to you. And I hope each and every one of you help spread the word about Cisne and the resources that we share. This is your forum. This is your platform. We are here to serve you and bring you relevant resources that will help you serve your families in a better and holistic way. From, sometimes they come to us with, for example, here at Natividad, they'll come for an ingrown toenail, but then they open up to you, and then you find they have all these other needs, and it's so nice to have a resource or give them hope or a warm referral to an agency that can serve their needs when we are not able to. So thank you, each and every one of you, for taking the time to join Cisne every month, and we will continue to bring these resources and these presenters to you as long as you need them. So thank you, Jessica, once again, and please share your resources, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you, Dr. Jimenez, for everything you do, and what a beautiful testimony. Your students are here, so keep on empowering our community through Hartnell. And so we'll take a moment here to announce the group share out. This is the time where we let everyone and anyone give updates, share any updates with our program, any events, calendar sharing. So if you can raise your hands now or put them in the chat box, or if you have flyers that you'd like us to share, I would like to give this opportunity to each and every one of you agencies on the call if you would like to share any program updates. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for attending. Jill, you have an update. I see your hand up.
Yes, hi. I just wanted to reiterate what I did at the beginning of the meeting. We do the Restoring Family Links, where we reconnect families who've been separated due to forced migration, disaster, and armed conflict. And we're going to do, for the first time, offer it open to our partners out in the community that work with the local community. We've only before done it for caseworkers within the Red Cross. And so I'm going to give you my email, and we're going to do the first in-person class. It's a 6-hour class that gives the overview of everything we do and all the services we provide on a Saturday. It's going to be in December, the very beginning of December, and I'm going to put my email in the chat. Please contact me if you're at all interested in doing that. And there are just a few limited places available for people to join.
Thank you. I see Jessica put a flyer in the chat box. Jessica from Valley Health Plan, are you on the call?
Hi, yes. Just wanted to invite everybody to our last Valley Health Plan Community Collective. This has been a quarterly installment where we offer information regarding surrounding anything regarding healthcare, not specifically just to Valley Health Plan, but county programs that may be going on. And so if you're interested in joining, please feel free to email me and I'll add you to the distribution list. And I look forward to seeing you all and for next year's installment. So I'm really excited.
Thank you, Jessica. Okay, I see Lupita Garnica with her hand up. Lupita?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Lupita Garnica, and I am Family Service Specialist from the MLK Family Resource Center. Thank you so much for all the information and resources. I'm so excited. The reason I raised my hand is because I would like to invite you to our Community Resource Fair, which is going to happen on Saturday, November 4th, from 12 to 4. I'm going to send the flyer right after the meeting. And it's gonna be in our school named Dr. Martin Luther King Academy, and our address is 925 North Sanborn and Salinas. And the reason also I'm inviting you is because we would like to know if any of the agencies that are here with us are interested in participating with us. So not only invite our community, but also invite all the organizations that are a part of the Cisne group. And if you are interested, you can call us to our general phone number, which is 775-4500, which I'm gonna add it on the chat, as well as 775-4580, which is our center. Because if there is any agency who is interested on being part of our resource fair, we would like to send you an invite letter, and then of course confirm your participation. Thank you.
Thank you, Lupita. Always a pleasure. Thank you for sharing that wonderful resource. And they are based out of the LSL Union School District in the East Salinas area. So they have a wonderful annual resource fair for their parents, their community. So if you want tabling opportunities, please reach out to Lupita. Florentina, you have your hand up. Florentina.
Hi all. My name is Florentina, and I just want to thanks Andy Garcia for sharing keeping those culture alive, and to Jessica for making the indigenous language from Mexico visible here at the meeting. Apart from that, we the Clínica de Salud, we have a event coming up on October 22 from 11:32 to 4 for us to have the resources table available. We still have like spots available for anyone's here that wants to register. I will right now share the link for you, and if you I will also have the PDF registration here for you to register. And if you do, in case you register, we are expecting about 15,000 people to arrive at our event. So make sure to take a lot of information as you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Florentina. And if you would like to forward the flyer to us, we'll be sure to send it on. Thank you, Florentina. I see Alma Mandujano with her hand up. Alma.
Hi, good morning, everyone. This is Alma Mandujano from Natividad Medical Center. I am the health education assistant and work with the community outreach program. I just wanted to share with you two events that we will be attending. We will be having Ciclovia. We will be having a table there, raffling off two wonderful bikes. So please feel free to share with the community. This event will be on October 15th. It is on a Sunday, and it will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So again, just please feel free to share with the community. It will be in the streets between Main Street and Sanborn Road. Another event that's coming up is that this will be the last month that Natividad Medical Center will be having the farmers market. So if you haven't attended those will be every Wednesday, and the last day of the farmers market will be on Wednesday, October 25th. They have lots of really great goodies, so feel free to stop by. We are still getting Medi-Cal renewals, so just make sure, I encourage you to share with the community if they get a packet, to send those Medi-Cal renewals to Department of Social Services. That way, the community, the individuals don't get terminated from Medi-Cal. And lastly, Covered California open enrollment period's also coming along. I believe it starts November 1st. And ends on January 30th of the following year. So feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you so much to Jessica and Erandi. I really appreciate the resources you've shared today. Thank you.
Thank you, Alma. And I have Lisa McGrath. Thank you for patiently waiting. Lisa.
Sure. Hey, good morning, everybody. We do have a couple upcoming programs. One about the 10 warning signs of Alzheimer's will be presented in person next week on October 11th at the Hub in Salinas. And then we are partnering with the Del Mar Caregiver Resource Center to present Healthy Living for Your Brain and Body. And this is a virtual program on October 17th at 1 p.m. And I'll send flyers out to the network. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lisa. And also feel free to share the flyers our way, and we'll be happy to forward them on. Is there anyone else who would like to provide updates or share calendar sharing? Thank you all for sharing these wonderful, lots of tabling opportunities this month of October. So this is a moment where I would like to take the time to get your opinion on a topic for next Cisne Forum, which will bring us to November. As you know, we meet the first Thursday of every month, which will bring us to November the 2nd, the first Thursday of November, from 8:30 to 10. Mark your calendars, November 2nd. And what topic would you all like to hear about? Remember, this is your platform. We encourage you to give us feedback on any topic that you feel would be helpful to your clients and your members that you serve. Usually we like to get a few recommendations so our planning committee can vote on the next subject topic. Is there anyone who would like to give feedback now? Please raise your hand and we can call upon you, or put it in the chat box. Unemployment resources, okay, on how to apply. A lot of our farm working community, it's the time where they, the harvest ends and then they're looking for resources. That's a very, very good recommendation. Is there anyone else who would like to recommend?
I think something that was mentioned today with having to do with pre-preparedness and post-preparedness about death, and talking about death in terms of being able to focus on what families need to prepare and what they need to do after if things are left in disarray.
Thank you, Jill. Anyone else would like to give a topic? Let's see. Aha. Housing is always a good topic. Let's see. I see rental assistance. And I also see counseling for the undocumented. Somebody did mention technology resource for parents or adults. Okay. Let's see.
Enid,
Yes.
this is Barbara Garcia from Migrant Education. Is
Hi,
there
Barbara.
anybody from the health department that can talk about the ACOMI conference coming up on October 21st that is going to take place in Gonzales? And they're actually going to have workshops regarding housing, unemployment, healthy eating, women's health, mental health, and youth mental health.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. The contact is Angelica Chavez. We have forwarded on all the registration and flyers through our Cisne listserv. She has a date for the 2023. It will happen.
Correct. It's taking
Yes.
place
October
Saturday, October
21st.
21st.
Right. And
In
so,
Gonzales, and there's registration still open for those that want to attend as a guest, or for agencies that want to set up a resource table. We have shared the information. I would be able to share it again. I have it here. Natividad might be attending as well, and it's the Adelante con Orgullo Mujer Inmigrante Conference. And they should be serving, I believe, breakfast and lunch for the attendees. And as you mentioned, different sets of workshops for those that are interested.
yeah,
well
so look back on your emails and maybe do a search on your search bar for ACOMI. And we have forwarded that on. Angelica was nice enough to forward that. So thank you, Barbara. We did send that out to our listserv. And I encourage the agencies, to attend if you feel that is a resource that would benefit you or the families you serve. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Okay, is there any other recommendations?
I have somebody to recommend.
Hi, Rick. Welcome.
Hi. Her name is Maria Magaña. She's from Central Coast Center for Independent Living. She did reach out to me saying that they're trying to help youth in transition, especially with like housing. And they're trying to also build like a committee. I can add the phone number, her contact number. Maybe she could present to us with more information on what they're trying to do. Hopefully it'll, benefit everybody, especially right now that people are trying to find housing.
Yes, Cecil has good resources. And what's the name of the person?
Her name is Maria Magaña.
Maria Magaña.
Yeah, I can put her information.
Thank you, Rick. See how this networking just magically happens and organically happens? Thank you, Rick. And I see Jessica Mora put up the flyers for the ACOMI. It is in the chat box, and it has the link for more information, October 21st. From 9 a.m. to 4:30, Gonzales High School. And in years past, they have offered transportation for the families and women that cannot attend. They've also offered in the past childcare as long as you let them know in advance. So they do everything in their power to get a lot of women to attend. So feel free to call the number, and they will be happy to assist families and agencies. Thank you all. Okay, is there any other? We have quite a bit of topics to choose from. I know we only meet once a month, but we try to bring the most relevant topic to you that will make the most impact. So thank you. Unless there's any other questions or any further comments, I think we're going to have about 15 minutes back of our day.
I do have one quick question.
Jessica, yes.
I'm sorry. I don't like interrupting people, but my question would be around technology resources. And again, it seems to it seems to be like a topic that just continues to come up. And again, we're trying our best, I think, again, collectively as a community, folks who work with the community to come up with those solutions, right? And, you know, dare I present this and as an opportunity. Again, I did post our next cultural relevancy and humility committee that will be happening on the 18th of October. It's going to be a hybrid model, meaning that you can attend or you may attend virtually and or in person. I am looking somewhere like on the east side of Salinas, which is at El Cesar Chavez or Cesar Chavez Library. If we can't get it there, I'm gonna, you know, look into Pájaro, since they are definitely in need out there as well. And again, my thoughts, you know, what just keeps coming up is, you know, if y'all are interested, join me, please. Come to our meetings so that way we can go ahead and discuss more about those resources and technology and again workshops and how we can come together and collaborate and work with our community. So
Yeah,
Gomez,
we have
excited.
on the call Margarita and Lupita. They work at the Martin Luther King Family Resource Center at Alisal. They also have a nice community room there, and also the Del Monte Resource Center. So you might want to reach out to those family resource centers at the Alisal Union School District as locations if you're not able to find the Cesar Chavez Library available. They have community rooms available there too. Just throwing that out there. Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Thank you all so much. Any other hands, any other comments, any other feedback? Okay, and we'll take the final one. Barbara.
This is just an additional comment that Soledad recently opened a parent resource center at the old Main Street Middle School building. So that might be a South County contact to
Location?
Yes.
Okay, Jessica, there you have it. South County, Soledad.
Absolutely.
Okay, all righty. Wow, what great resources. I love it. I love networking in this networking opportunity. You know, in the past, we used to meet in person at MCOE. You know, maybe in the future we could explore the hybrid model. We'll definitely discuss that amongst our planning committee for the future as we're all opening back up and we're all getting, you know, back to being in person. So that's definitely a possibility as well. So I would like to go ahead and conclude our monthly Cisne Forum. Thank you for joining, and we look forward to seeing you next month. Thank you. I will ask our planning committee members to stay on so we can discuss the next topic. Thank you.